Hey everybody, I hope you're checking out the new link. I think I was told a little bit ago that the other one went down for some reason. It's probably when I had my power surge here and it just shut down. So hopefully the other boys, I sent them the link to join in, and hopefully they'll be here very shortly. In the meantime, I'll just talk, and hopefully one or two of you, the viewers are coming back. This is where you can all make fun of me now for not realizing that we were off the air for as long as we were. So I do apologize for that. But can't really do a song and dance for you because I'm sitting. I suppose I could talk about games I recently played. I could check and see if people are actually like talking now in the thing here. Hold on. Let's see here. Oh, what? Return of the Boom? Yes, Robert and Paul. Yeah, apparently, like when I had my power surge, I thought that I could just. Usually, you can just join right back. Hey, there's Jim. Hey, Jim. Woo. Hey, there's Keith. Woo. I can't hear you, Keith. Can't hear me? Can you hear me? Well, this is a fine how do you do. Oh, you sons of... I'll remember this. God, that was good. I was like, what the hell? You must have planned that without me. Hey?
We were thinking about just sitting there watching you talk to yourself, but
that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. No, it's fine. It's fine. All right. Well, we were talking about when we went off. We had started talking about the worst jobs we've ever had, and no. And Keith was talking about how he loved every job he ever had, and he's got no complaints. So we don't like him anymore.
I loved every one. I don't necessarily love this one, but nothing's been horrible.
When I worked concert security, I thought it was going to be a lot more fun than it was. I mean, meeting the different people, the different bands and the different singers and everything, that was super cool. But the actual job, basically if you worked the stage, I mean, you got your butt kicked every night because you were catching people coming out of the mosh pit, and they just slam into you, and I'd have bruises up and down my arms. I got knocked clean out one night because like a guy came like rolling off the top I basically had caught like this girl that was this crowd surfing, and I had her like this, and I was looking, and I see this like guy looked like he was 6'6". He's just like doing a somersault off the top of the crowd, and all I see is his like size 12 work boots coming right at my face, and I kind of just went down like this. I was trying to make sure she was low so she wouldn't get hit by him. Next thing I know, I'm getting picked up by the other guys that I worked with, and like I had 2 black eyes and a big cut on my nose. So yeah, that was great. The insane clown posse are jerks. I'll just say that right now. That they were probably like the worst band of all time. Total jerk faces.
All right, I'm gonna go to a concert this month, and I have to tell you about it because I'm excited.
Is it? Oh wait a minute. Is it?
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
Is it your kids?
No, that's not it. Nope, it's for me and the wife.
Well, your wife doesn't go. Your wife doesn't go and watch your kids in concerts.
Nope, we do, but it's not a kids concert. This is an actual professional group.
Okay,
what
hold
high school
on.
do your kids go to?
What?
Your kids are being what high school?
Lawrence Central.
So okay, so it's
I'm going to go to Barry Manilow.
You said it was a group. You said it was a group, so it's not
Yep.
a singer. So it's not like Justin Bieber or something like that.
I'm going to say, is it New Cats on the Block?
Meow 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 meow.
No.
Cat Stevens.
Meow 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 meow.
No.
Josie and the Pussycats.
Gordon Lightfoot. Meow.
No.
Type O negative.
He's dead. The type O
I'll give
negative
you-
guy is dead.
It's 2 words.
Man on
Actually-
Steamroller.
Actually 3. The first 2 words are hyphenated. We'll count them
Give
as
us
2
the
words.
initials.
Bachman Turner Overdrive.
PMJ.
Sum 41.
No, I said PMJ.
Oh, Blink
Peanut
182.
butter, mayo, and jelly.
Wait, is this a band? BMJ?
Yeah.
Yes.
Tears
P.
for Fears.
P like in Paul.
Peter, Paul, and Mary. Jane.
Genesis.
The first word is post.
Postmodern junk.
Postmodern Janitors. That sounds like an awesome band name.
Postmodern Jizz Fest.
Postmodern.
Post-mortem jitters?
Prince.
He's dead.
Oh.
There's no
Post-
MJ.
Postmodern jukebox. They're fucking awesome. But my wife sometimes,
You don't have to pay. You don't
Mispronounces
really
their
go to
name.
concerts listen to jukeboxes, do you?
although my wife sometimes calls them postmodern juice box.
Mhm.
Slip of the tongue.
Oh, is this a new game where we're getting bands?
No, I had a buddy. I had a buddy who was the biggest crystal, like not the drug, but like
Crystal meth? No. Well,
Crystal-
we can talk about
Love Crystal Man.
No, Crystal Method.
We
The electronica band or whatever. He was like the hugest fan of them, and they were going to be at a concert, and he was just like, he was all talking about how awesome it was going to be. I was like, do this. So they just come out, and there's one guy who puts the CD in the player, hits play, and waves, and walks out the door. I mean, it's like,
If
how
you
could
hit- if you are not familiar with postmodern jukebox, you should check this stuff out on YouTube.
Is it as fun as the Cat's Christmas?
What kind of music is it?
Meow, meow,
what-
meow, meow.
What they do is
Postmodern.
they put a different spin on different covers. They've got some original stuff, but for instance, they might do Royals as a jazz version, or they might do what's the one? They might do a Lady Gaga as a 40s swing version.
Ooh,
So
I love
they totally change the arrangement around. It's really amazing.
Mm.
that.
There are a few bands that do that.
I like
Spotify. Jim?
Yeah, you can find them on Spotify. You can find a lot of their stuff on YouTube, actually.
I'm going to check that out tomorrow.
If you
I
like
do have
that,
initials if we
Squirrel
if
Nut
we wanna do that.
Zippers. That was a good. Combustible Edison. That was a good band.
I
Rock
do love
Sugar.
Squirrel Nut Zippers.
Rock Sugar is a great band.
I was just listening to. Oh, somebody actually showed me this like song. Like, you know how people take the two songs and they mash them together or whatever.
That's what
Mhm.
Rock Sugar does.
So there was this mashup of an Adele song that I never heard before, so I have no way of knowing. But it's like, I guess it's like one of the, you know who Adele is, you know, she's just like this, you know, famous thing or whatever. And it's like the song's like Set Fire to the Rain, but they mashed it together with a Linkin Park song. I think it's the Crawling Through My Skin, and it's like, it sounds amazing. Like it sounds like that was what the song was supposed to sound like in the first place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A good mashup will always do that, and that's what I think is great. When I first started hearing it about 15 years ago, it was like, wow, this sounds. I think it was like Nirvana and something else, and it was like the perfect mashup. It was like the song was actually recorded like that, but they actually took Kurt Cobain.
Well, seriously, all of you have a computer right now. Just go to your thing and just go to YouTube and just type in Adele Linkin Park, and then it'll be Set Fire to the Rain I think the thing is Set Fire to the End is what.
And while you're there, look at the link I just posted in chat.
All right,
That's,
I'll do that. You guys look at the other thing.
Do you want to do
Postmodern-
initials? Because I do have it ready.
Postmodern jukebox version.
We'll
of
do.
Creep.
Listen, I want people, and the people that are in the chat, pull it up too. And listen to this. And like I'm in love with this postmodern jukebox already from the first like 60 seconds of that song. So thank you for turning me on to that, there, Jim. I appreciate that. But yeah,
I'll listen to that at Spotify at work tomorrow. Because I love that sort of stuff, like Richard Cheese. Just anytime they like Pop Goes Punk, anytime they do different styles of music with popular songs.
But anyway, so if you're listening to it, it's like I don't know which Linkin Park song. I never was a big fan of Linkin Park. It got so much airplay that it drove me crazy.
They weren't fans of you. They told me they were asshole guys.
Doesn't even matter how hard I try. Keep that in mind. 2 times.
I just want 3 hours.
I tried so hard.
If you slur your words like that, I think I'm listening to Bruce Springsteen.
I tried so hard. Oh, morning voice.
Yeah.
Got so far. In the end, it doesn't really matter. I'm there. It does sound good.
Yeah, it doesn't sound. It sounds like the song how it should, like you said, how it should have been made in the first place.
Yeah, or it's a bit like that. There's that. Oh God, that girl band that put put words over the Gary Newman Chihuahua song. It's like whenever I put Gary Newman on now, I'm singing that in my head instead of Gary Newman. It's like stop it. Oh, through the night into the dawn.
That's a good song.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is so good. Oh man, it sounds like I've never really been a big Adele fan, but I was like, now that makes me want to like have her be like the lead singer of like a metal band.
Yeah, it's almost Evanescence.
Spectacular. She's got range too.
Who does?
Adele.
Oh yeah, I mean it's just like.
Do you need a pee, Forrest?
No, I got to get some steps in. I started wearing my watch again. So get my goal before midnight.
Okay. Maybe the next show we should all do that. I think we could all do some steps.
Yeah, I mean, there's days when I miss my job when I work security, because I met so many people, like so many like music people that I admired and people that I didn't admire. But I mean, so I kind of miss that. But I'm so out of it as far as like what's popular music anymore. So I just don't know.
I'm having a Gary Newman revival.
Once a month, try and go through the Spotify Top 100 in America. And like most of it, it's just, I feel like an old man because it just sounds like crap. But I'll find like 4 or 5 things where like, yeah, I like that a lot.
Well,
so we found old man Forrest. We're just out of it.
So we found this singer recently on from Pandora named Caro Emerald. Oh my God, we fell in love with her like you could not believe. She's like she's Dutch, but she sings like maybe a 1950s type swing. There's a link I posted where she's singing a song with just, I think, a bass and I don't know, bass and a guitar or something like that. It's very minimalistic, but it's haunting. She's amazing.
Hey, Richard.
Hi, everybody.
Hey. Get out of here, Richard. You're classing up the joint.
Yes. I have nothing to say about popular music. My work here is done. Goodbye.
Oh, we should definitely do initials tonight because I actually have Jim in one of my clues.
Well, no, you can't. What are you doing? You can't give stuff away like that. What?
All right, that's it.
I gave away literally nothing.
Initials is off. Power ruined it.
Yeah, no.
It literally gives away absolutely nothing. His name is in the clue.
Yeah, but now we're really like sitting there. Oh, what's something about Jim? And then, like, as soon as you give the initials, it's something that you are banned.
It's like, oh my God, she's wearing red track pants. That's a spoiler. She must be working out in that
It is a spoiler. Just because you don't think it isn't doesn't mean it isn't.
It's actually the first clue in the thing, bro.
Tell me about the red track pants.
All right. I refuse
Before, after. Before, after. Before.
He's doing humps.
All right, I'm going to do initials right now.
Okay, well, I just want to. One other band that somebody turned me on to is this band called Chemist. It's called Khemmis. Just think like really, really awesome, like fantasy metal. Like it's like if a bunch of people that played a lot of D&D, they were like, you know what? Why don't we become a metal band and just have like the most awesomely metal Dungeons and Dragons covers to our albums and just make Chemist. Khemmis. They are. That is my jam right now to listen to while I'm working. I love their stuff. It's fantastic.
Okay.
Like all of their albums have like this like weird, cool necromancer warlock guy. It's pretty cool looking stuff. But anyway, all right, fine, Forrest. You know, I have allowed ownership of the initials away from me for this week. Even if I don't win, I'm taking it back because I already have 15. So I came up with 15 awesome ones. So I'm taking it back next week.
Oh, I have 15 mediocre ones. I'm gonna make you look so good.
I know. Well, that's not really hard when the comparison is you.
The initials this week are TB.
Okay, hold on. Fine. TB, great. But
Tuberculosis.
This music.
Forrest.
Yeah.
First of all, your face is dirty. Did you want to go wash it?
No, I'm gonna try and grow a beard. This is a week and a half. Running. I'm gonna get a real beard.
All right. Well, that's cool.
Of November started early.
All right. So then, and the other thing is that do you want a TMG Dargan hoodie?
Yeah, that'd be.
What size do you want so you can wear it during some of your videos?
Do you know how large they are yet? Like, are they?
They're like just standard. You know, whatever. What size do you want?
I'll go extra large, just be safe.
All right, I'll get one of those sent to you. Rado, if you were willing to wear a TMG hoodie in your videos, I'd send one to you.
I'm sorry, what?
Would you be interested in a Dargan hoodie? Like a...
That is very kind, but no thank you.
I understand. I understand.
I mean, I genuinely would not be able to wear it in my videos.
Richard is not a shill like me.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have some integrity.
That's all you see is his hands anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that would be funny.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, TV.
But before you start, any choppy else because everybody's super choppy to me.
You apparently a hamster is running your.
Is that the case?
Yes.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah. So my Wi-Fi signal in the room is down to 2 little Wi-Fi bars for no good reason because I've got these stupid extenders all over the house. They're supposed to make it work, but they seem to be on the fritz. And it's very convenient because you were just about to start doing initials, which I don't want to do anyway, but I'd be at an even greater disadvantage.
you like almost won last week. Oh, why don't you want to do it?
It's not my bag, baby. There's all kinds of things I'm good at that I don't want to do. I guess.
Should we get your wife in here to talk about this?
I'm sure there's some sexual undertone.
No, he said stuff he's good at.
Oh, then let's definitely get your wife in here to talk to us about it.
All right, I'm gonna go and try to move these little. They're like these little satellite pod things. They're just supposed to like create this. They talk to each other and they like readjust the load and stuff like that, but they're clearly not working. Yeah. So technology has failed me. Bye, everybody.
Are you coming back, or are you?
I'll see what I can do. But I mean, this is if I can't get it any better than this, it's. I mean, this is why I've been here.
You're clear now. You're clear. Oh, now you went
Am
back.
I?
Yeah, you were clear for a second, and then now you're. Hold on, let me focus on you. Let me see what we got here.
Okay.
Okay, you were good there for like a half a second. This is actually not bad now.
Yeah, I hear you fine right now, but like the last time Barry spoke, he just sounded. Well, he sounded kind of like an electric guitar, actually.
He sounds like that all the time.
Yeah.
Wow, 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 wow.
God, that really does look so bad. Ugh.
You teach children with that?
You know, it's you know how you grow a beard? You just don't shave, dude. I mean,
Yeah, this is a week and a half of that.
But dude, I mean, this is like a week for me, and I just No. God,
You noticed that Lance told you how to grow a beard, not how to grow a good beard.
I mean, there's so much gray now. It's like I look like Richard for crying out loud.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you forgot Forrest is actually 18, so.
Oh, that is true. That is true. Is this okay? Are you allowed to be here up this late, young man?
His blow up gun in the background, yeah.
Now is the time we play initials for I am bored.
All right. TB, Richard, if you gotta go, you gotta go. But let the record
Tuberculosis.
let the record show you ran away when you realized that you were playing against me.
Run away!
All right, so
Number one, tuberculosis.
TB formed in 1976. Clue 2. Unlike most counterparts, had 2 lead singers.
Oh.
Clue number 3. 2 top 10 hits and 8 total top 100 hits in the U.S. Clue number 4. Name originated from particular beehive hairdo resembling the nose cone of the aircraft of the same name.
Keith.
Keith.
The B-52s?
Bingo, B-52s.
I knew that one, but I didn't think that that
No,
was...
not the initials.
That's not initials because it's the is not.
The
Is a definite article.
No, that's wrong. It would have been no.
You're already screwing this up.
Hey, I got a
it's on the
point
table,
because I interpreted
boys.
crazy forest logic. So.
Yeah,
The is on the table.
I was going to
All
say
Do we have to
Clue
start
number-
thinking like a
Time. Do you have any more answers that use definite articles as
Now
one of the
that would
initials?
absolutely be a spoiler.
But you can't use.
Lance,
You look something up.
as
Lance. Just let it go.
from this moment forward.
Just let it go, or we'll be here for hours.
I have no more of those. I will say I just checked. I have no more of those.
No, it's this. It's this.
But this.
Lance, just let it go.
Clue number 5. Most popular song
No,
reference.
no more clues. Move on.
Where while not required, it is recommended to wear next to nothing because it's hot enough.
Just you can't send an 18-year-old to do a man's job. I guess.
All right. Number 2. Attended college for 7 years at Marquette University.
7 years?
Clue number 2. Father tragically died at his own wedding in 1995. Keith.
Tommy Boy.
Tommy Boy. There it is.
Are you sure it isn't the Tommy Boy?
That would be too easy.
Best known for saving his family business, as a result saving the surrounding town. Fictional character and a nickname. Clue 5. Hey, I'll tell you what. You can get a good look at a butcher's ass by sticking your head up there, but wouldn't you rather take his word for it? Number 3. Keith's up 2-0. Born in 1975 in California. Next clue. Musician who has collaborated with hundreds of artists, including P. Diddy, Britney Spears, Lit, Lenny Kravitz, LL Cool J, Flo Rida, and Papa Roach. Clue number 3. Had their own reality TV show and currently rumored to be dating a Kardashian.
I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
Clue number 4. Famously survived a plane crash and not so famously survived a car crash with a bus.
Pete.
Tory
Black.
No.
All right.
I don't even know who that is.
I don't either.
Clue number 5. Undoubtedly best known for being a forming member of Blink 182.
I'm just screaming names.
The Blink 182.
Hey, Travis Barker.
Nothings.
I thought that would be all right. Clue number 4.
Wait,
Started.
as per the new rules, since you got one, you have the option of taking a point away from somebody else.
Take it away from Keith.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
No, you gotta take it away from
Going for the win. It's his
just
choice. It's his choice.
No, that taints the game.
That's right.
Number 5. Actually, there
every
is.
point away from you every single time I can.
I did check one more. There is one more that has the.
That's this one.
All right, number 4. Started in 1962 in California. Clue number 2. Purchased in 1978 by one of the world's largest companies. Clue number 3. Nearly went bankrupt before striking gold with an idea straight out of a stoner's brain.
Of course you know this.
Mm-hmm.
Clue number 4. Over 6,800 locations all over the world.
Barry.
Barry.
Lance.
Taco
Lance.
Bell.
Taco Bell.
Damn it! Damn it!
Clue number 5. Yo quiero. All right, Barry's on the board with 1. Keith with 2.
Forrest with 1.
I'm sorry, wasn't that the Taco Bell?
All right. Number 5. Or number 4, sorry.
No, number 5.
Number 5.
Oh, yeah, one wasn't guessed. That's right.
Math is hard.
Born in 1958 in California. Father was a minor league baseball player, and mother owned a cat-themed gift shop.
Meow, 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 meow.
Clue number 3. Got their start working at Disney in the animation division.
Pete.
Pete.
Ted Bundy.
No. it works, though. Clue number 4. Worldwide, this person's works have raised over $3 billion.
So,
Final clue. While not married to Johnny Depp, it certainly feels like it.
Oh, I know it now.
Oh, I know it now. Oh, crap. What's her name?
Nope. Nope.
Oh, God. Why can't I think of his Lance.
Jim.
Lance.
Jim.
5.
I got it. I know it.
4. 3.
sorry, I dropped out.
2.
I know
1.
Jim.
I can't think of it.
Tim Burton.
Tim Burton.
Yep, that's
Yeah,
it.
it was a tip of my tongue.
Yep. Tim Burton.
Oh.
Mother owned a cat-themed gift shop, which I feel makes a lot of sense in hindsight. All right. Jim with 1, Barry with 1, Keith with 2. Next. Round and currently made of iron. Clue number 2. Originally were just rocks and later made of lead, but they were too easy to be broken. Clue number 3. Typically come in pairs.
Benoit doesn't start with TB.
Uh-huh.
Clue number 4. Despite weighing 149 pounds and flying at people at rapid speeds, have produced surprisingly few fatalities. And the final clue. Famously, in 1992, one of these was tampered with and attempted to only attack one particular player during a game.
Jim.
Jim.
Tetherball.
No. 149 pound tetherball.
Keith.
Keith.
The Bludger.
The Bludger. Bingo. Harry Potter.
Oh, fuck me.
The Bludger.
I had to remember there was another.
Let's just time out here. I just want to say something. No, I just want to say something. When you look up something like in like the library and it's alphabetical, you think if something's the aardvark, you go to the T's to find it.
They do in Fort Wayne because that's how Forrest is.
They do it on what's it, the iTunes also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apple's got my back. All right, next one. It is Keith 3, Barry 1, Jim 1.
I'd like to I'd just like to say that I'm playing this under protest. So.
Oh yeah, I'm sure if you they wouldn't have those. I'm sure you'd be kicking ass. All right, next.
Mother.
Bazinga.
Oh,
in
you are.
19
Oh, you know. None of that bazinga.
The
Born
Born in
Bazinga.
1943.
The bazinga.
Good job. Born in 1943 in Philadelphia. Clue 2. TB is not their real initials, but rather their stage name.
Jim.
Jim.
Tony Bennett.
No.
Pete.
Pete.
Tony Braxton.
No.
I'm sorry, the Tony Bennett.
You're never going to hear the end of this. This is what I get for winning initials 1 week. All right. Clue 3. Despite making music for over 2 decades, is unquestionably a one-hit wonder.
I should have listened to the third clue.
Number 4. Real name is Antonia Basilota.
Keith.
Oh, I know her. Oh, I know her. I got it. I know it. Give me another chance.
Keith.
Tony Basil.
Tony Basil.
Keith,
Best known
you
for
already
having
knew
her
it.
mind blown by a fictional mouse. Keith with 4 points.
Who is Tony Basil?
Oh my
Hey,
God,
Mickey,
she's one of my
sometimes
favorites.
you blow my mind. Hey, Mickey.
Have you
Oh
ever
yeah.
have you ever heard her cover of Rock On?
No.
It
I've
is
never even
awesome.
heard of this person.
You've never
Tony
heard of Tony
Basil?
Basil?
Do you know?
You've heard
all
of
right,
Hey Mickey.
let me tell you who she choreographed. She choreographed Paula Abdul.
Yeah. I looked at her Wikipedia. It was very impressive.
Oh Mickey, you're so fine, you blow my mind. Hey Mickey.
Crushing
Hey Mickey.
with 4 to 1 to 1.
I don't even. Yes, it should be 3 to 1 to 1. But anyway, go on.
All right. All right.
I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. 2 to 1 to 1. 2 thus.
Started in 2008. Clue 2. Based on a popular book series. Lance.
True Blood.
True Blood. First 5 seasons were critically acclaimed. Final 3 not so much. One of the main characters from season 3 and on is well-known D&D player. And Clue 5, vampires, werewolves, and fairies. Oh my.
So get this. So like the werewolf guy that was at Gen Con that I talked to briefly, like he's like if I allow like my wife just thinks he's like the most gorgeous human being on live or whatever. So he went on this like he was talking to me about how he was like this huge like old school D&D guy and how he was talking the talk and everything. I was like, that's cool. And he was like, and he was talking about like, oh, I used to play D&D with this, that, and the other thing. And then like I saw like an interview with him and he was talking about how like all the new editions are horrible and you got to play the old school way. And then I saw some interview with him and he totally marked out for 5th edition D&D in the interview. And he was like, oh yeah, it's the best edition ever. I mean, I really like 4th edition, but 5th edition's like, I was like, you lying sack of crap. But anyway, so yeah. And I thought like he was going to actually come up with like modules and stuff for like the thing. No, he's just selling t-shirts that have like a death knight on them, which is like I don't know. Anyway, it's annoying.
So
Yeah.
Fat phony. Well,
Yeah, he's a big fat phony.
Yeah, my wife actually thinks he's like the most attractive person on the planet too.
Oh yeah, he's on like her like bucket list. Like I can't get mad if like he propositioned her. Like she gets to go off and bangle his spadangle, and I can't do anything about it.
All right. Next one. The first one of these was in 1985. Came about in 1985. Clue 2.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My answer was the True Blood.
What? Sorry,
Go ahead. Just keep going.
I thought I heard a dead horse there. In 1965, the idea of this didn't even exist. It's actually one word, but TB is the unit symbol.
Lance.
Barry.
Lance.
Terabytes.
Terabytes. While originally unfathomably expensive, now they're relatively cheap and convenient in the pocket. And 1,000 of these are a petabyte. All right.
Yeah, terabyte's one word. It's not an issue.
Yeah, this is
That's why I clarified.
this is a sham. I'm just saying this.
This is a mockery of a sham. It's a
You
travesty.
should know
It's a
I run a
mockery
lot of
of a
shit.
sham.
You ever watch my YouTube channel, Lance?
No.
Does anyone?
It's a shit show. I got some
Whoa,
people-
whoa, whoa! You have a YouTube channel?
I do. I review cooking utensils.
Tulips?
This brown spatula worked quite well for us.
All right. Question 10, I believe. Started in 1977. Still around today and worth more than ever. Originally owned by Labatt's Brewing Company. Have entertained billions of people. Final clue. Located in Canada, despite being in the American League.
Toronto. Oh, Pete.
Pete.
Toronto Blue Jays.
Bingo. Pete's on the board.
Yeah.
Is that your second one, Pete?
Oh,
All right.
You just keep eating there, buddy.
I am.
Pete, maybe you should shave off your beard and send it to Forrest.
I did.
Yeah.
Actually.
All right.
The Toronto
one.
Blue Jays.
Most well known for murdering 60 people.
Keith.
Yeah.
Keith.
Ted Bundy.
Hey, I said it first.
Oh, let's get the kabuki.
It was Keith. It was totally Keith.
I did
Tom
hear
Bombadil.
It was
Tom
not.
Bombadil.
No, correct, incorrect.
Oh,
I yield to Keith.
A little bait and switch there.
I yield to Keith.
Wait a minute. Time out. Wait, just what did Keith answer?
I said Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy.
And Ted Bundy was incorrect?
Ted Bundy is incorrect.
I don't think he killed that many people.
Well, they don't know for sure because
Right.
he was trying to hold out at the end to not get executed. He was going to let them know about the others, but they said no dice and took him off to the chair.
All right. Born in 1942 in New York. Voice actor for 2 video games, which were both spin-off of this person's popular movie series.
Now I'm stupid.
Still active in acting, starring in a #1 opening weekend movie in October of 2017.
What?
Final clue? I want to play a game.
The something.
The board.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tobin Bell, Jigsaw.
What the fuck?
What the fuck is the Tobin Bell?
Tobin Bell, the guy that played Jigsaw in the Saw series.
Oh my god.
Like,
Yeah.
that's-
Oh, that common household name, Tobin Bell. Oh, I'm sorry, the Tobin Bell.
He's been in 8 he's been in 8 movies in the last 12 years and made $100 million. It's not my
Yes,
fault. You know,
those movies are freaking garbage.
I like them. All right. This is another point for me. You know what? Oh, I can take a point. I'm taking a point for freaking Lance. There we go.
I was wondering how long that would take you to do that. That's fine. Whatever.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that.
You're goading him into getting points. So you can take them away.
All right. There we go. Next one. Born in 1946 in Vermont. Studied Chinese at the University of Washington before going to the University of Utah and studying law. Died in 1989. Inspired many books and movies. Final clue. Despite being an avid supporter and delegate of Republican presidential candidate Nelson Rockefeller, he is most well known for murdering 30 people and doing various atrocious things to their bodies. I think was that Pete or was that Keith?
Yeah, Ted
I
Bundy.
didn't answer. So
It was Ted Bundy.
Yes.
was that Pete got that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. that Wikipedia page was not a fun read. Just kept going. All right, number 13. Born in 1967 in Maryland.
Oh, Maryland, you say?
Has sold over 67 million records, won 7 Grammys, and countless
Pete.
other awards. Pete.
Tony Braxton.
Bingo.
Yeah, beat me to
Yeah,
it.
I know the name, but I couldn't guess a song of hers to save my life.
Last clue is- Apparently, she also has a very popular reality TV show that's been going on for 6 years and even got a spinoff.
Wow.
All right, so yeah, Pete, I think has 3, and Keith has 4 if I'm counting this right. I might be counting it wrong. I lost one. All right, 2
You
more.
got it right.
Hey, how could you be on here and then post it on Twitter 7 minutes ago? What the fuck?
Me?
Yeah, you're
Oh.
a multitasker.
No, my Instagram probably posts late. All right. Born 1934 in Liverpool.
Barry.
Barry.
Tom Baker.
Woo! Good for you. Second clue. Easy point for Jim if he were here. Voted the 4th most recognizable voice in the UK and done as a plethora of voice acting.
Doctor Who.
Yep. Best known for his working from 1974 to 1981. Despite not going to college, is best known as the Doctor.
I have no idea who Tom Baker is.
The best doctor ever.
Yes.
Right, Keith has
So
4.
that's like saying the best pile of shit ever.
That's pretty harsh. All right.
You know, Lance, you just dropped. I didn't think it was possible to drop another rung. You made a whole nother rung just to drop to it.
Doctor Who is not a good show. I've tried to watch it. It is not good.
Not anymore.
All right,
It's
wrangle it up.
fucking magic.
Known worldwide in 2 drastically different ways. Clue number 2. Exceedingly popular in online shooter games. Clue number 3. Originated... Keith.
Teabagging.
Teabag. Originated over 1,000 years ago. Tens of thousands of flavors and filled with leaves or filled with nuts.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Nuts, all right.
And Keith locked it up with that, but the yeah. And yeah, that was it. The final one was Stupid Sexy Face, born in 1977 in California. Hated by millions of
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
Yeah, hated by millions of America for being spectacular. And yeah, fuck him.
Hey, big cheater.
So Keith, winner of this.
I won the
sham.
worst round of initials ever. Yay.
Yeah. on that sorry note,
The
which is
initials.
the midnight chime, I'm going to say the good night.
Copy.
We played a good game of the initials.
Actually,
Initials.
although it sucked horribly, it was the most fun initials ever. So, good night, y'all.
Good night.
Good night.
Ciao, Jim.
So next time I win, which will happen in like 6 years, I'll know not to use it. All right.
Hey, how you enjoying Case Keenum, by the way?
Oh my God. Here's what you know. What I'm holding out hope. We're 2-2, and me and my son were at that Chiefs game, and it really if he does not overthrow Demaryius Thomas by about a yard and a half, we win that game with like 3 seconds left to go, and we're looking at 3-1 or 3-2 instead. And so
2-3.
yeah, if we can beat the Rams this week at home, which is very, very, very
No way.
If you've never been in
You lose
Denver,
by 40 points.
we got 5 penalties on Patrick Mahomes, plus that bogus one that should have been called. Like, that place is loud. It's going to be popping because the people in Denver know that if we lose this game, season over. It is going to be incredibly loud to play there.
I hate
But
to break it to you, Forrest, but your season's over.
That's what people said.
Who's your backup quarterback?
Chad Swag Kelly, who I can't wait to see play. He's Jim Kelly's nephew, and he's got a cannon for an arm. He did bring a gun. He did say he was going to shoot a bunch of people with a gun, but that was in college long ago. He's like 23. But yeah, he's grown up.
Chad Machine Gun Kelly.
That's his nickname. He said he was going to shoot him up with a machine gun. But because he's related to Jim Kelly, he got away with it. But yeah,
but you just gave Case Keenum all that money. I mean, he took us
it's
to the
18 million
promised
in 2
land.
years. That's shit that much money in the NFL. So yeah, if we lose this week, I want to see Chad Kelly get a legit shot. See if we need to draft a quarterback high, but
that was like the ultimate. Like there's a reference in fantasy football. Who's got the echo going on? Anyway, there's a reference in fantasy football like that's called a drop sabotage, where it's like you have a player that's awful and you just flat out drop them, but they have a name, so somebody else will pick them up and think that they can play them, and they'll use them a roster spot. And yeah, the Minnesota Vikings totally drop sabotaged Case Keenum just for another team to pick up and realize that
yeah. I was open to it. I wasn't excited about him. I was open to it, and I was like, I was gonna buy his jersey if he wins against the Chiefs, and we should have won that game. We really should have. Like the NFL came out. The NFL came out and said they blew the call in the final 2 minutes that would have completely changed the game, and then he overthrew Demaryius Thomas. But yeah.
But Demaryius Thomas is slow too. He got off the blocks really poorly on that throw. I mean,
yeah, but he's still wide open. He still created that separation because he's great. But yeah, he's getting older.
He's not so great this year. Let's be fair. I mean, he's showing his age. Emmanuel Sanders is definitely doing his job. But then
Emmanuel Sanders has been better like the last 2 years. He's fast as hell.
Keenum just locks in on one guy, though. I mean, like for when he was with us, I mean, he was just in love with Stephon Diggs. I mean, it was just like he threw all of his passes to him. And now we got Cousins, and man, he just lights it up. I mean, admittedly, we're only 2-2-1, so I can't really blow my horn here. But I mean, I don't know. We went into Philly and beat Philly, so that felt good.
Yeah, that white guy's really good. That wide receiver, he's looking promising.
Adam Thielen from Detroit Lakes, Minnesota, which is like my lake cabin is 10 minutes away from there. I go there to you go into that town to get your bait and stuff. So yeah, it's and he went to Mankato State University. He was a total walk-on, and yeah, just somehow managed to got in the practice squad. He's got like almost 600 yards receiving through 5 games. Crazy. But there you go. That's the NFL for you. Anybody let me think.
Don't think.
I went on vacation. That was a lot of fun. Took my son to Denver for the first time. Climbed a mountain. Saw a bear poop, which was kind of terrifying because it was on the trail. Well, there was a sign that said, if you see a bear, bears are out now. If you see a bear, slowly back away. If he attacks you, fight him. Like, that's what the sign said. And we saw a bear poop that had probably been there that day. And I was like, oh, okay, that's mildly off-putting. Saw a rattlesnake, went to the Broncos game. A lot of fun. Yeah, big shot, Rob.
What? Oh, Rob Oren. Seriously, who moved the rock, buddy?
Hello.
You clicked on the wrong button.
Hello. I am the undead Viking. This is my dojo. Well, I want to have. We do all kinds of things here, like stare into a camera.
You're not wrong, you know.
I mean, really, come on.
Fuck you, Pete.
Boom, boom, boom.
Just saying.
Yeah, just saying.
Holy shit.
Hey, what's up?
I've spent the last.
Rob, we're going to be painting some stuff today.
At least I do something. I don't stand there like a statue. I really like this deck of cards.
I put this guy together today.
Pay me.
Wow!
He actually did. That's a dead ringer.
Yeah. I actually thought it was Lance talking until.
Oh my heavens! It was not even close.
That's why me and Forrest got to get together because we understand. The pain.
Rob, send me the link to the video. I've got to look at this.
It's just unsubscribe from the undead whatever he is, dragon, Viking, whatever he is for the day.
No. I like watching the Darkham horror video.
And then watch his entrance. I swear to God, you thought there was a piece of cardboard there.
Ah, right.
But anyways, for the last
Rob.
Yeah, for the last 19 hours, I've reconstructed everything here.
Oh, God.
Oldest trick in the book.
He's so childish. Dude.
The best part is I don't think he knows that he's I don't think he knows he's muted, or he doesn't know that he's the only one that can unmute himself.
I think he's clicking it right now.
There we go. You mean the whole time I was muted?
Yeah.
You spent the last 19 hours doing something.
Yeah.
No. I rebuilt this entire room.
Forrest, can I ask you a question before Rob continues?
What's up?
Go ahead.
Is that a sex doll behind you?
No, that's the dude, isn't it?
Who's the dude, man? Who's the dude?
Okay. All right.
I mean, no. It doesn't even have the right holes. Doesn't that feel so good though, Rob? Like I remember everyone, like I do it about once a year, reorganizing it. When you get done, it feels so good.
Well, the whole thing is I came from inside the house where we would hear the dogs barking to finally, because my wife, she has some issues. We had to do some construction.
Yeah, she's married to you.
That too. So she's got it doubly bad. But we actually ran some vents out into what I would use in the winter to do all my painting, and it's made a world of difference. So I just brought everything out here, redid everything. I've got an area for painting. The camera even moves. Look at that shit.
Whoa.
Holy shit.
Oh, that's cool.
Let's not say that word, professional, but that's something I'll never be.
That's really nice.
And then, I've got the dual camera. So I'm shooting like 3 different cameras and just doing a lot of different things, being able to play a lot bigger things that I want to play. The hell with being part of the cult of the new. They can go screw themselves.
Yeah, I got this sticker on my iPad. I just got this new sticker right here, so that's pretty nice. So
Hey, how's your arm, Rob?
My arm?
Yeah.
Oh, for patting yourself on the back.
Hey, I just want to make sure you didn't break it patting yourself on the back so hard. Shut up, Forrest.
We should play a game where you get a point for every time you can end Lance's sentence next week.
How's my arm from patting myself on the back? How's your arm from not moving to shave?
You know what? Some of us can grow beards.
Hey, Robert.
Don't be a hater.
Oh,
wow. Anyone, Barry, can you grow a beard?
I have grown a beard. It's down here.
Oh.
You see it?
Hello. I'm going to go now.
Dice Slinger? What the hell? Is this like old home week or something?
Aren't those shirts so damn comfortable, Robert? Those things are amazing.
I know, right? Like
I just want a full body suit.
They just say sell out all the way.
Yeah, I don't know what it's made out of, but I want to live in it forever.
Who have I got to fuck to get one of those?
Travis.
Oh, damn.
I think he'll be in Essen, so you got a shot.
Yeah.
Oh, I just got my notification in the mail that because the claustrophobia people finally sent me my monolith. Sent me my copy of. Yeah, I'm excited to give it a try.
Ooh.
The new one.
It is good.
And they just sent me my notification for like they're gonna as a way of saying thank you for doing the video for them for their Kickstarter. They're gonna send me a full all in for Batman. So I'm excited about that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that. I still haven't got my claustrophobia yet, so I know there's only a limited amount. I think there's about 5.
They sent you a game, Lance? They told me they were sending you a rope to hang yourself after that hack job.
Oh God, jeez! I'm so glad you showed up, Rob.
I love the banter going on here. This is
When are we doing our next thing? We were supposed to like test something on Sunday, and I forgot to contact you, and you probably forgot to contact me and stuff. So.
Oh, he didn't forget.
Oh, whatever. Shut up.
Anytime if you want to do it again Sunday, let's do it this Sunday. I mean, I'm all set here. I mean, I've got it where we can really do some really good stuff here now.
All right. Are we gonna do The Shining then for Halloween?
Well, you've been whining about it. Might as well.
My God, what did I do to you?
I guess I was right. He didn't forget.
Murder. It's like watching a bitter married couple right now. I love it.
So yes, miniatures at the movies will be The Shining, which is on Netflix right now. Oh, and by the way, we've been meaning to do this, and I keep forgetting. This is Spooky Month, so if you got any spooky stories, the last Wednesday before Halloween, we will read off spooky stories. So, as always, you can email me those, and I've got some that I've got left over for Spooky Story Night.
Real stories?
Well, yeah, like we did before, like spooky stuff that's happened to you personally, and
I got a few.
Well, that's fine, and you can tell them on the last Wednesday before Halloween. But not right
I know.
now.
I was just saying, okay, I'll show up. I got a few.
All right, then.
All of a sudden, well,
we got spooky story. We got spooky.
Everybody can tell the spooky story except for Rob.
I think, that's the gist of what I said. I believe you'd be pretty accurate there.
By the way, my man Keith Collins, what's up, brother?
Oh man,
happy birthday, buddy!
Yeah.
What?
It's not my birthday anymore. It's over.
It's belated now, but
it's over.
Happy early birthday!
I thought I saw Pete.
Oh,
there he
I'm
is.
here.
So let me get this straight, Rob. You show up, you shit all over me for like first 30 minutes, and it's like, "Hey, Keith, what's up, my brother? How you doing, buddy?"
It's kind of like every late night talk show, you know.
Yeah.
Come sit on the couch so I can shit all over you.
What? Are you sure you're watching talk shows?
Yeah, I'm not sure what late night.
I'm talking Carson. You remember when Rickles would come in? He would sit down and shit all over Johnny for about an hour and a half.
Well, yeah, I mean that was just
that was when it was good.
Roast comedy.
Well, yeah, but he would shit all over the couch.
You know, it was one of those things too, where it's like if you even at the end, like he did a few shows there towards the end where he was just doing the YouTube show, which was like, and then it was just like different people coming and having like lunch with him, and he would sit there and like there's one with him and I think it was Zach Galifianakis, and they just sit there and make fun of each other for like a half hour. It's pretty good, pretty awesome. Anyway, Don Rickles, he was hilarious.
Hey Barry.
Yes.
Are you friends with the people from Badass Force?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Why?
None of your business.
Okay.
Yeah, hey,
I start.
That's another company that contacted me about their thing, the Badass Force.
Yeah, I spoke to you at Gen Con about that, and you said, "Yeah, send it to me. I'll build them, and if I think the game's shit, I'll send it back."
Yeah. Oh no, what was it? They just finally contacted me. It was like, oh yeah, the Funky Sheep people.
Yeah. Yeah, the game, they've actually got the final box now, so they're going to start sending out. I'm going off to Holy Grail Games next week, and we're going to film a video there. So,
all right, yeah, yeah, okay, yeah. I talked to them 3 days ago, and they said they were going to send it. So, well, I suppose it'll be on its way then.
Yeah.
Have you played it, Badass Force?
Yeah, I played it, and I first played it as well.
Coup Plus.
What?
It's Coup. It's like Coup, but with more stuff going on. I feel like that's. I mean, there's definitely more going on to it. But if you're asking for like a one sentence elevator pitch, that's what I felt. It felt like.
Hey, Geislinger, do you own a copy of Luna?
Yes, it's one of my favorite games.
Have you done a video for it?
One of the first games I ever reviewed.
Oh wow! Somebody sliced some cake.
Man, Rob is a salty bitch tonight.
Yeah,
Right?
You motherfuckers woke me up.
I have no clue what the hell that means, but I love how you said it.
Somebody go slice some cake.
Lance, yeah, Luna was one of my ground games until TMG did their release of it.
We're doing
anniversary release.
We're doing a deluxeified Kickstarter for it in November.
Because of course.
Well, yes, but no, I mean, like, here, actually, I can pull up all the stuff right now. This is what's going to be in the box to start with.
Shameless
pull this up.
number 13. Okay.
Yeah, it is. I forgot. I got this right in front of me. Badass Force.
Well, hold it up. I want to see it. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold up.
Maybe I'll put Luna on the table for a solo playthrough or something.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'll link your old video unless you want to like redo it or something like that if you don't think it's good enough.
No,
you don't think it's good enough, Robert?
I mean, dude, the old review one, it's only a few years old.
Well, here, hold on. So Luna, this is what we're gonna have. Well, we'll have like the standard stuff. It'll be a bigger box. The box will have like the foiling and the sleeve, and it's gonna be brand new. It's gonna have brand new Clement Franz art on the sleeve, so he's redoing that. We're gonna have layered chipboard islands. So the water is one layer, and the island is a second layer on top of that.
Oh, nice.
All the mini meeples are gonna be uniquely shaped with a one color heat transfer on them. They're gonna be a one color heat transfer for the wooden player temples. We'll get a kind of a metal moon shaped point tokens for different denominations for the different phases of the moon.
Will Luna and the guards be minis?
Yes. So those will be large 4-color heat transfer meeples for the NPCs that you move around the islands. And then 1-color heat transfer wooden resource tokens. And those are the ability tokens you pick up from the island.
Yeah.
And then also Feld and Ralph Brun have added 2 small new mechanisms. Another large meeple that moves around within the temple, and another token that does something else. So they're actually going to be adding something to how the game is played. And then we got some stretch goal things as well, but yeah, so it's going to be pretty cool.
That is exciting.
Yeah,
Rob doesn't care.
The chat thinks so because they're still talking about trying to name every Kubrick movie there's been ever made. So you really captivated that audience.
Wow.
Damn, Rob.
No, have agreements before long.
No, that's fine. Whatever. Yeah, let's open up the grievances to people who used to be my friends.
I mean, Rob's already aired his for the night, so.
Yeah. Drop the mic.
Kubrick.
Hey, I want to thank everybody else. See you guys next week.
Kubrick had some weird movies. I mean, but what's your favorite Kubrick though?
2001.
It's
2001.
I would have to check his Wikipedia.
Clockwork Orange.
Yeah, see, I would either go that. 2001 was awesome, but how can you leave out Full Metal Jacket?
Yeah, Full Metal Jacket's really quite good. I mean, but I also think like The Shining is just really really well
definitely. So for me it'd be Clockwork Orange, The Shining, and then the first half of Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah, that the first half sells that movie, and then the second half is kind of like.
So I've seen it all the way through, but these days, if I sit and I watch the first half, and then I just go watch something else.
Oh, come on! But the second half's got the best line in the movie, though. How can you shoot women and children? It's easy. You just don't lead them as much.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about it's.
I'm so hard.
Big African black snake, but it sure as hell ain't too boo-coo.
No, just the whole thing is like the guy's just sitting there. Get some. Get some. You ought to do a story about me.
So that's right. So the thing
And then the other dude's throwing up.
So the thing is, the first half is on the entire time. The second half has clips that I enjoy.
I think
it's not solid.
And I'm not going to pretend I knew what Kubrick's plan was, but I think that was kind of his plan because, like, it was actually supposed to be the actual war was supposed to be less intense than the what they went through in Basic Training. So
I mean, I still love the whole thing.
I've only recently watched it, so I watched it after lots and lots of other Vietnam films, but there's lots of other Vietnam films I prefer to Full Metal Jacket. You know, you can't really get over The Deer Hunter, or you can't really get over Platoon, and it just seemed like it was just doing the same. So I mean, obviously, I'm talking out of context because it was obviously done way before some of these films. But still, 2001 is just, there's nothing that holds a bar to 2001. You know, even in the sci-fi realm, there's no film. Sunshine comes
so
close.
ahead of its time. It was ahead of its time.
So Arlie Ermy, I am Gunnery Sergeant Hartman, your senior drill instructor. You know, like if you go back and you watch what he did, but it really is a fantastic portrayal that he does. But one of the things is that he wasn't even supposed to be in that role. They hired him as he had just started getting into acting, and he's actually a drill sergeant, and so that they asked him to be the technical advisor, and so he sent a video. Like Kubrick asked him, and he sent a video of him standing in like a bucket of freezing water, like a big giant tub of freezing water, in basically a t-shirt and boxer shorts with his drill sergeant hat on, just screaming his drill sergeant stuff, while people were throwing oranges and tennis balls at his chest, and they're just bouncing him off him, and he never missed cadence, never missed anything, and never repeated anything he had to say. You know, it's like, you are worthless. You know, it's like, you are not even slimy, grubastic piles of shit. You know, just and as soon as he saw that, he fired the guy that he had hired to play the role and just said, yeah, you're going to do the role.
There is only one sergeant, and his name is Hulka.
You're my big toe.
Yep, my big toe.
My big toe. But no, you know, so and then
it is alive.
There was a during filming, Ermy was driving back to wherever he was in his Jeep, and he was driving back, and he went off the road, and the Jeep actually fell over on top of him, and he actually broke some of his ribs, and he was trapped underneath, and the only way that he was able to get help, he could reach up and he could turn the headlights off and on the Jeep, and he sat there in this ditch for like hours until somebody finally found him. And then he made sure nobody told Kubrick that he had actually broken or cracked his ribs, because he thought he'd lose the job, and he didn't want to lose the job. And so he a lot of the thing, he's just taped up hardcore to hide the injury that he sustained. He was a really, really good actor. He was in a ton of stuff, and and lots of different roles too. And unfortunately,
no, I agree with you. Him and Barney Rubble were fantastic.
Oh God, whatever.
So Kubrick films. I also.
How many people don't think Barney Rubble was one of the greatest actors that ever lived?
Different.
We don't know. I know I'm in the minority here, but I also, for Kubrick, I also really loved Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah.
And I know I'm incredibly in the minority on that.
I remember really liking that when I was a teenager by myself.
yeah, for sure.
For 3 minutes at a time.
Wow. You made 3 minutes.
I could still like that as an adult by myself.
I finally finished the movie in 2009.
But you've only seen 12 minutes of it.
Yeah.
There was an old Saturday Night Live bit where this guy was doing reviews of pornography movies, and he was just like, it was like these things where it's like, oh, and so this was like, it was something like, it's like, and this is Sorority Sisters too. It's like, I turned this on and I was interested, more interested, really interested, and then I suddenly lost interest.
Like
you know what movie we forgot about is Doctor Strangelove. I always think that's a Peter Sellers movie.
Well, yeah, but that was really good. And what's the one where he used all natural lighting? Because it was
there was I'm trying to think there. He had a couple others.
It was because it was set in like the 1700s or the early 1800s, and he used
Barry Lyndon.
Barry Lyndon, and that is a really good movie, but it is slow as hell, and it's you have to really, you have to like stick with it.
Well, it's him channeling his inner David Lynch.
Maybe. And then and then like AI was going to be like his thing, and then Steven Spielberg took that over, and who knows if that was supposed to be any good.
Well, so AI, the thing with AI is he started AI, then he paused to do Eyes Wide Shut, intending to go back to AI, but then he died. But he had picked, according to everything, he had picked Spielberg as the person he wanted to take over.
Yeah.
I mean, the best part of AI is Ministry in the movie. That's it.
So he did The Shining, which I love. It's a really
the camera work is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's my number one of his.
It's so good. There was and I'd strongly suggest you check it out. Go watch. It's a little bit corny, but if you can find it, there's a documentary. It's called like Room 237 or whatever, the room where they go and they run the ghosts. But it's a documentary about all these different people, but what was Stanley Kubrick's reason for doing it. And some are kind of weird, but just the way that like they actually have these people who delve really deeply into, like, they've mapped out the way that he's designed, like turning left, turning right.
This is the best part of the show. Don't say a word.
Hello, I'm Lance Baxter. This is my show.
Yes. Anyway, so like if you go watch the documentary about The Shining. But so when he was trying to decide what he wanted to do for a movie, he asked his secretary. He told the secretary, go to the bookstore and just buy me like the 30 most popular books you can find and bring them back here. And so she brought this like big, like basically sack of books back, and she put them on his desk, and he would pick up a book and he would start reading it. And then after he got done, he'd read it for like, the first like 20 pages or so. And then he'd throw it against the wall in his office. And
if
pick
it's
up
stuck to the wall, that's the movie he made.
No, and so she was out later at her desk doing whatever work that she was supposed to be doing, and she would just hear that she'd hear quank of like the book hitting the room, and then like nothing, and then like 15 minutes later she'd hear wham and hear again, and after like hearing like that happening like 11 or 12 times, all of a sudden it didn't happen, and she walked back into his office and she saw that he was reading The Shining. And then so he sat there and he read through the entire book that day, and then he contacted Spielberg about doing the movie. Or King, Stephen King, about doing the movie, and and then like I was seeing an interview with Stephen King about it, and like he actually like didn't really like the movie because it didn't hold true to his story, but he said like he would get phone calls from Kubrick at like 2:00 in the morning, and it would just be Kubrick, and he's like, "Hey, Steven, are you up?" He's like, "Yeah." "Do you believe in God?"
You up?
And he's like, "Do you believe in God?" And he'd be like, Steven's like, "Yes." "Okay, goodbye." And he just hang up the phone. And it was just,
Then you're not going to want to hear the latest Iron Maiden metal movie.
Yeah, but no. So yeah, that was.
I'm gonna start doing that to designers when I'm reviewing their games. Hey. God.
Robert, you're going to Essen, I take it? I think
Yes.
I saw you said you're going to go.
I will be there. Yeah,
Are you going? Are you going?
I get in on Monday.
Or Dice Tower, or are you going as QML guy?
I'm there with QML.
That's sweet.
Yeah. So
How's the new job, my man?
it's going well. It's crazy busy. Yeah, it's just crazy busy.
Careful what you wish for. You might just hit it.
Yeah, it's a lot of spreadsheets.
Bet that's fun. My favorite thing about spreadsheets, there was a Dilbert comic strip a long time ago, and the intern Asuk, he's like sitting there and he's at his desk and he's just sitting there and he gets up, he goes, I've completed all my work, I don't have any more projects. And his boss said, the boss, what your boss goes, well, just find something to track and make a spreadsheet about it. And he's just like, okay, well, what should I track? It doesn't matter. It's like, it's not important anyway. You see him in the back of his desk, and he's just like you'll find out that it really doesn't matter anyway.
It's all spreadsheets.
No, it's just spreadsheets. Nobody looks at them. I built up so many.
Other than that's good, and I can't complain because going to Essen and I get a hotel room to myself for the first time ever.
Ooh, look at this guy. You know what?
Room by myself at the Atlantic Congress. What's up?
Oh, you're going to be there as well. Cool.
Yeah.
I need a room to stay in. Did I say by myself? I meant I'm with 3 other people.
So who do you normally sleep with?
Germany.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. It looks like Essen's gonna be crazy. I mean, there's definitely games there that look interesting. Next week we're gonna try to do our like games that are in like our list of like 10 games we're interested in or something like that. That excites. Hey, Rob, weren't you supposed to be up in like New York or something? Or did you get back already?
No, Connecticut. I go next week.
Okay,
See my grandson.
Very cool.
My grandson and my new granddaughter.
Congrats. Very cool.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Spreading the seeds of love.
Spreading the seeds of love.
It's got to be more of us. Next generation.
Birds and the bees, huh?
Someone will watch the end of the world.
What is that they said? Like somebody said that like unless we change the way we're like handling our greenhouse gases and like that like the Earth will.
I like
that
somebody said that. That's like some of the top scientists in the world said that. Let's.
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't. Well, fine. I mean, whatever.
This guy.
Scientists have never.
There's a big difference between somebody said it and some of the world's most best scientists.
Oh God! I didn't realize that you were worried about your weed.
What?
Whether or not it can grow.
What?
No matter what, you grow that stuff indoors unless you're a rookie, Lance. Jesus.
Rookie Lawrence?
What were we talking about? 2040.
Hey, Robert Geislinger. Let me ask you a question. So when you look up something in the in the dictionary.
Oh damn it!
If you need to like look up something, like let's say it's like it has a the in front of it. So let's say it would be like give me something with give me a proper thing like the Empire State Building. Would that be under T or E?
In the dictionary?
Well, no, like if you had to look it up, like if it was alphabetically listed,
like an encyclopedia.
There you go, like an encyclopedia.
It would be under E.
That's correct. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Apparently, somebody who is in the school system in Indiana doesn't realize that definitive articles did not count for these sorts of things, but that's fine.
That would turn the T volume like when they brought you in the 80s the Encyclopedia Britannica. It would take them like 2 months to bring you the T, the volume for T.
That's fine. That's fine though. That's fine.
Wow.
No, what was Norm Macdonald joke? He's like, my son is listening to a lot of music that I don't really understand. So he said it was hip hop. So I went and bought a book on it. And it was really uninteresting. And then I realized that I had purchased a very slim volume of the 17th book in a dictionary series. So it's like from hip to hop. Love me some Norm Macdonald.
So what's going to happen in 2040?
Oh, the world's gonna end, basically. Like the whole everything that you love will be destroyed because yeah.
I was going to change my career then and become a board game designer in 2040.
Oh, I was planning on being dead, so we good.
I saw a post on Reddit, which I totally want to do with my son, where you guys remember the 2012, the John Cusack movie about just everything just going terrible. It's like you show that to your kids once they get old enough to watch it, and then talk about how you survived it. That was genius.
I still talk about replicants with my daughter.
I
that big prison around Manhattan. Yeah, I escaped there as well.
So I for the longest time I had my daughter believing that she asked me one day, she's like, why are all these old photographs black and white? And I said, well, it's because the world used to be in black and white. She was just like, she said, what? And I was like, yeah. I mean, she was like 5 or 6 years old. And I was just like, no, the world was in black and white. It didn't really become color until like the 70s, you know?
Yeah, after the dogs lost the rule, that was it.
Yeah, and so she totally bought into it, and of course, then she told it to my wife, and she just, what are you telling her?
Yeah.
So, did you ever watch that really? I mean, Forrest will say that movie rocked, but I mean, ever see that horrible movie Wanted with Angelina Jolie and those other people?
God, I hate that movie. The movie's terrible.
Yeah,
all right.
rocked.
It is not a good movie, but it has some very good some CGI and stuff in there.
So the graphic novel Wanted is well worth a read. It is based on the idea that like the supervillains finally crawled out of their own asses and realized that if they all banded together, they could defeat the superheroes. And so it's basically this world where not only did they defeat the superheroes, but they convinced the world that superheroes never existed. And so the stuff like the comics, so it's basically our world. So like the comics we read are like about people that actually existed, but they killed them, but they changed, they warped everybody's sense of reality. So, you know, when we watched like the Batman and Robin TV show, you know, that was, you know, like, you know, so it's one of those things. Yeah, it was real, right? So
So the bad guys started working together and they stopped monologuing.
Yeah, so Mark Millar.
Does anyone think that Lance is a bad guy?
Hey, hold on, I gotta call Christopher Bedell and ask him if he thinks superheroes exist.
So Mark Millar, the guy who wrote that, he came up with that idea because his older brother saw that he was reading all these comics, and he was like, oh, you like comics? And he's like, yeah. And he's like, you realize that like superheroes were real. And he's like, what? And he's like, yeah, I mean, like Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, these are all real people. And then he said, well, where are they? Oh, about a year before you were born, they all got into a spaceship and left, and they said they'd never come back. It's really too bad because they were really cool. It would have been nice for you if you could have seen them. And he thought for sure that he was telling the truth. Like he had just been born too late, and he was just that upset. And so that stuck with him, and so then he turned it into that comic. But yeah, if you could track down that graphic novel, it's well worth the read. Very, very good read.
Or the film with James McAvoy. Yeah.
No, yes. Not that.
No.
But the Wanted.
Yeah.
Movie? No, it's garbage.
That movie.
Yeah, it's horrible. But
I remember watching the trailers and thinking that looks interesting. Never got around to watching.
Well, it's just like, oh, I can bend bullets. You know, if I whip my hand fast enough. I remember MythBusters actually tried to do that They were like, okay, let's see if we can actually get a bullet to like move at all. And they're like, nope, you can't do it. It doesn't move even the slightest bit. They even like came up with like a robot arm that would like move the gun at like something like 200 miles an hour. And they shoot it and the bullet went the exact same hole both times. Either standing still or whatever. So yeah. No deviation.
Are we bored of superhero movies now?
I think
Venom just made 80 million this weekend. I don't think so, and that got panned.
Who made
They're
80
not going
million?
anywhere for a while.
Venom?
Yeah, and it doesn't even have Spider-Man in it. Like I'm gonna go see it this week because I love Venom and Spider-Man and Carnage. But yeah, I'm not terribly excited for it. But I don't think they're going anywhere. I mean, Black Panther was huge, Avengers was huge, Ant-Man was huge, this was huge.
I didn't see Ant-Man and Wasp. I just wasn't really excited to go to it. I mean, it's like, I don't know.
Did you like the first Ant-Man?
It was clever.
Then you'll
But
like
it was, but I didn't really like the fact that it was just like, no matter how small or big these things do, they'd stay the same. Like still weigh the same. Then how can you carry the tank on your keychain? I was just like,
he lifts, like, bro.
Yeah, bro.
It's just like they totally forgot. It was like, oh yeah, totally. This is like, so you stay the same mass. It's just we're reducing the size of the space between each atom. Okay, kind of that's goofball physics, but fine, we'll buy into that. How can you bring the tank through? Yeah, I was just that just made me mad. It was just like they just totally forgot about their own their own rules.
You know, I think that with Harry Potter films, it's just like there's an easy way out of that. Why don't they do that? Why don't they do that? It's like, oh god, Harry Potter films.
No, my kids like Harry Potter, so I don't mind that so much. I mean,
you do when you like walk in the front room and it's always bloody on. That's the thing. It's like I'm going to come in and go watch the Orville, or I'm going to watch Gotham season 5.
Yeah, the last couple movies are actually pretty good. You know, they're pretty dark and you know they get a little heavy-handed in a couple places, but you know I think they did a okay job. You know, on Netflix right now, the movie Cloud Atlas is on there, and that is a really really good movie, an even better book.
I've heard that's spectacular. I want to see that one.
It's a long movie, and you're probably going to have to watch it twice to catch because it tells.
Really.
That's how he married Tom Hanks, right? That's the one with all the
Yeah.
At the end, they kind of like it. There's lots of flashbacks near the end, so you kind of like piece it all together then, and it's like okay.
Yeah, they kind of spoon feed it to you in the end, but it's definitely one of those things where if you go back and watch it again, like you'll kind of like
you'll see the history, the timeline, the chronology of everything.
Yeah, because it's like what is it, 4 different stories, and basically it's the same people in every story. So,
but they're relative, and one thing will chain into the effect of the history. So it, like there's something that's happening in the past, which is going to affect the 80s, which is then affects the 2000s, which then affects the future, and it's like really, 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 really nicely done. I don't know what people were moaning about.
Well, just because it wasn't, you know, everybody was like, oh, it's gonna, yeah. I think they expected a certain, like, I think a lot of people either went into it thinking it was going to be, like, because it's a Wachowski movie, so they're like, oh, awesome, we're gonna see another Matrix movie. And it's like, no, it's not a Matrix movie.
And all the actors did fantastic jobs. I mean, Tom was amazing. His accents he did were spot on, and even that limey British actor, which I hate, I can't think of his name. I will applaud him. He stunned me.
The older guy?
What's his name? The one that's always in all those British rom-com comedy films.
Speaking of Tom Hanks, I got a grievance about Tom Hanks.
I hate Tom Hanks.
I finally found a Tom Hanks movie that I do not like, which I think this is the first one out of like 30. He did a Dungeons and Dragons, like
Mazes and Monsters. It was like one of his very first things he ever
that
did.
movie is freaking terrible.
Well, it was a
behind that
movie. It was a made-for-TV movie.
Oh, was it made for TV? I didn't know that. All
Yeah,
right.
it was amazing. I remember when that movie, because I was alive when that movie came out, and I remember like specifically saying I wanted to watch that movie because I heard it was going to be about Dungeons and Dragons, and then I found out that no, it was like about like read the backstory on that one about why it was made and like the story behind why like the steam tunnels that the people were wandering around it like, and the person that got lost in the steam tunnels had like mental problems already and didn't even play Dungeons and Dragons, but everybody used that as a like D&D at that time as a scapegoat for why this person was wandering about.
The studio pushed for it to be like an anti drug campaign.
Yeah, it was so weird, so damn weird.
I still hate Tom Hanks.
I watched a good chunk of it on another level, and it was still, it was not good.
No, it was yeah, that was bad. I don't know. I mean, like, he's definitely had bad movies. I mean,
see,
I saw Big and Splash when I was a kid and decided forever I hate him.
That must be pretty hard.
I judge it based on that. I was done. I won't watch anything with him in it.
What was wrong with Splash? Splash was cool.
Oh, that's a tough one.
Terrible.
Kubrick, what's your favorite Tom Hanks movie? Now that's a hard one. Jesus.
Well, he's kind of transcended so many different like
can't do
like
it.
Yeah, he's done such a wide range. I mean, like Castaway was like a really great movie, obviously.
I thought that was a great movie.
Green Mile.
Green Mile was fantastic.
Another fantastic movie. Obviously,
Catch Me If You Can, I think's my favorite, but that I can't even commit to that. Catch Me If You Can is so good.
Philadelphia.
Oh yeah, great.
I got to go with Forrest on that one.
Which?
Catch Me If You Can.
That was just such a fun movie, and one of those stories you're like, this is real. This
I met that guy. I met the guy that the con artist guy. Yeah.
Forrest Gump, Captain Phillips, The Post, The Green Mile, Saving Private Ryan. God, so good.
Oh, Saving Private Ryan. The opening 15 minutes of Saving Private Ryan, like just hold on. We're gonna like grab you by your face, and we're not gonna let
Perdition. Apollo 13. It's ridiculous.
Road to Perdition.
Toy Stories.
Grab you by the face and shit on your couch.
Road to Perdition is a better graphic novel. I read that graphic novel before it was a movie, but
I thought the movie was really good though.
Well, it was a really good movie. Yeah, it's like I love Paul Newman's line. He's like, "Let's face it, nobody in this room is going to see heaven." Yeah, just like he's talking about all the people and
okay.
And,
how can you forget Bachelor Party?
Wait,
and then you don't realize, well, Bachelor Party is a good movie, but then you forget that Daniel Craig played Paul Newman's son, and and you realize how good Daniel Craig is.
Let me give the chat credit. I did like A League of Their Own.
I really like that thing.
Yeah,
you
that
do
was
too.
a great
I think
movie.
that movie's really underrated.
No, I just couldn't get into that one.
Man,
but
there's
no,
so much.
I every time it's on, you kind of stop and watch it.
But Saving Private Ryan, I mean, like this, the last line, earn this. Just like just like I don't know. It was that was a good little movie.
I'm actually I'm a Da Vinci Code.
I love it. I like Inferno too. I like both of them.
I the first one was better.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it was nice to see, you could see in his head and he was thinking, and I didn't find him annoying because, some of these like well-known actors, they become annoying because they play like the same kind of role, like Hugh Grant and
Nicolas Cage.
You knew Tom Hanks was really going to be a great serious actor after Joe versus the Volcano.
No, I like Joe versus the Volcano.
I like that movie.
No, Cloud Atlas.
I know he can get the job, but can he do the job?
He's going to be in a Mr. Rogers biopic too next year, which is really.
Yeah, and I don't know how to feel about that. On one hand, I love Mr. Rogers. On the other hand, I still hate Tom Hanks.
I saw Mr. Rogers. I saw Mr. Rogers speak once, and he was like, well, talk about a guy that, I mean, maybe he had skeletons in his closet, and thankfully, if they never came.
No way. No
But
way. No
There's
way.
Tom.
This
As
was the
Mr.
only
Rogers.
good human on the planet Earth.
Mhm.
He was the
But
only good human on the planet Earth.
Everything good died with him.
Mhm.
But he said like he in every one of his speeches he would say, I want you to, and I've said this in a couple of speeches I've done, but I always feel like I'm stealing it from him, which I shouldn't. But he said, he's like, I want everybody here to like stop for a moment and forget about everything else you're thinking about right now, and I want you instead, he said, I want you to concentrate. I want you to think about somebody that's special to you, somebody that's important to you, somebody that's amazing to you, somebody that inspired you in some way, and I want you just to think about how great that person was and how important they are to you, and I want you to think about them for a minute, and then he stops talking, and it's like it's 60 seconds, and 60 seconds during a speech is forever. I mean, it's like it's forever not to talk. And after the 60 seconds is over, you look and like the people have like been listening to him. They're like, people are bawling, and he just says, he's like, now think about like how special, how much love you have for that person, and think about how if you told them exactly what you just thought about, how happy you'd make them feel for them to hear what you just said. He's just like, and how great that would make them feel, and how great you would feel just by being able to share that love with them. And it's just like you look at the entire crowd of people, and like everybody's just bawling when I saw him speak. And it's like nobody, it part him and part just what he was saying. And it's just like, yeah, you put it best, Rob. The last good human being in the world.
The other big thing about him is I actually watched some. He was on Amazon Prime, so me and my son watched quite a few episodes of it. And Jesus, you don't remember, but he tackled some heavy hitting topics.
Divorce,
death,
parents getting
racial segregation. Just he covered a lot, and it's spectacular
on public television, no less.
Yeah. I know he got banned.
And he saved public television. He went. You ever seen that speech where he goes and he
When
talks?
he went to Congress.
Oh, that speech! I tear up every time I watch it. Every time.
Every time. Basically says if you don't, and they adjourned, and then they went back and just said, okay, we're going to give him the money.
Just threw it in his face.
Yeah.
Has Tom Hanks ever played a villain?
I think he was a villain in that movie with Marlon Wayans.
There was some movie he played a villain in. I think you might be right, Forrest.
It was good, but it wasn't great. It was okay to good. Oh, Forrest Gump too. Jesus Christ, knock it off.
Yeah.
Stop it, Tom. Leave some damn movies for other people.
Oh my God, how many heave cries are in? I mean, if you allow yourself, Forrest Gump will just cause, it's like, oh.
Well, the thing about Forrest Gump is there's so much sad stuff, but it feels like there's so much different sad stuff that at least one of those things is going to resonate with you. Like,
really?
How about you go there and how about when like he meets his son for the first time, and you're like, oh my God, and then later when you find out that Jenny is dying, and then you have this thing where he's just like, and he's talking to her grave. It's like, I miss you, Jenny, and you're just like, oh God.
Am I just devoid of human emotion? I've seen it twice and never felt anything.
Oh my!
You're not alone.
You just don't have any love. You don't know what love is.
The Lady Killers. That's the one where he played a villain.
Oh yes.
And that wasn't really a villain so much as just being a
comedy.
He also was in Philadelphia too.
And he was not the villain.
He wasn't quite a villain in that though.
Castaway.
Castaway? No, I mean, I was trying to think of all the Academy Awards he got. He was on a roll there every year.
Castaway, didn't he?
He still is. I mean, the movie with the pirates. I watched that last year. That's a great movie. That's a really good movie.
The movie with the what? Oh, Tom Phillips.
Yeah, that's a great movie. Then he had Sully, which I thought was a little bit overrated, but that's a good movie too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they had to basically manufacture a problem with that one. Like, because he never was considered to be the bad guy ever in that situation. So they had to like come up with a way to like pretend that there was a villain in that one. And even the guy that they had be the Jagoff, like they went to him and he said, "Is it okay? We have to have a bad guy." And he's like, "Yeah, that's fine. If it will make the movie, go ahead. I can be the jerk." It's no
Go ahead, brother.
Yeah.
I'll be the heel.
You know what? Bridge of Spies. I didn't really like that movie either.
What movie?
Bridge of Spies.
Never seen that movie theater.
Never even heard of it.
The Post. That's really good. Nobody's. If you haven't
Post
seen
is
that,
good, yeah.
oh, so good.
Seriously. Okay, so like Geislinger, have you seen Up?
I watched it once.
And then the first 15 minutes didn't make you bawl like a baby?
No.
You're a fucking Cylon. That's what you are.
He just dropped the fucking Cylon.
It was a freaking. It was a cartoon. It was a cartoon.
Oh,
Somebody
he's
check
a,
that.
He's a replicant.
You watch that? Oh, that first 15 minutes of the relationship.
Oh my gosh! Like I remember going to that in the movie theater with my daughter, and like, Dad, why you cried? I was like, I don't know. I need some time.
How is the guy going to have any feeling? That's all he does is play Euros. Well, I didn't like this mechanic, Wallace.
No, that's just that was a. I mean, no. God, you really. I mean, it's because Forrest Gump. He's just such a good-natured human being, and it's just like he I mean, there's so many things that like he's simple, but he's kind, and he's just decent, and like yeah. I mean, that's just why like all those things were like. I don't know. It kind of hits home, how much he just cares about. I love you, Jenny. Just like and he's just he's a good person.
Even in Toy Story 3, made me cry in that too.
Oh my gosh! At the end,
scene where you really think
they all think they're gonna go, and so they all grab each other's hands.
I've never seen a Toy Story movie.
Oh yeah.
Oh dude.
Oh my gosh! What is wrong with you?
When you have children.
Listen. So the way I choose movies normally is I go to Netflix, I go to horror, I locate things that have I locate things that have 2 stars or less, and that's my evening.
There you go. Magic Mazes and Monsters. Go watch Tom Hanks. That movie sucks though.
No.
I go to Netflix and type in work replacement.
Yeah.
He's got a movie coming out in 2020 that sounds like it's straight Oscar bait. On a post-apocalyptic Earth, a robot built to protect the life of his dying creator's beloved dog learns about life, love, friendship, and what it means to be human.
Is that a Star Trek episode? What is this?
The minute you put a dog in it, no.
Is that Robin Williams?
Nope. Tom Hanks is the only thing attached to this movie at all. Oh, Robin Williams. Ugh.
Good night, Rob.
Good night, folks. We'll see you soon.
Rob.
All right. Take it easy.
Yep. Night, brother.
Brother.
I'm still trying to get over being sick here.
Oh.
You can't. How does somebody that has WD-40 running through his veins get sick?
Happens about once every 5 years. So I only get sick about once every 5 years, but when I do, it's for like 2 weeks.
Good.
So hopefully you'll be cured before Essen.
Yeah, just in time to probably pick some shit up at Essen.
You'll find that the Germans are very clean.
Everybody's like, "How are you gonna deal with being in Germany?" Because I've never really been out of the country, and I'm like, "Well, my last name's Geislinger. I'll figure it out."
Everybody speaks English.
I'm just excited to go over there and seriously just hunt down somebody else with the last name Geislinger that I'm not related to.
Is that Gunslinger? Gunschlick? No.
I'm trying to think. What was did we finally decide what our favorite Tom Hanks movies were?
No, you guys just like all over Tom Hanks for like half hour.
Man, I'm gonna probably go with Saving Private Ryan, even though it's more of an ensemble cast.
It's like listening to Tom Collinsworth talk about Tom Brady. It was terrible.
I could go for 90 minutes on Tom.
His best performance is definitely Cloud Atlas for me, but my favorite film is the Green Mile.
See, and I'm gonna go with best performance is got to be Castaway. Just like if you go back and rewatch that, there is literally what is it, like 45 straight minutes of nothing but him, and there's like 20 minutes of nothing but silence, and it's still just captivating.
And
I remember
there's
sneezing in that movie and feeling terribly awkward.
there's 90 minutes of me sleeping in that film as well.
If I have to pick, I'm going with A League of Their Own.
Oh man,
He was funny in that movie. I'll give you that. He was just John Lovitz in his little tiny role was good too. Where the guy, just the talent scout, and he's just angry.
Mm-hmm.
He's talking to that guy in the train. And the guy's like, and he said, it's like, and I was able to increase my profits in the third quarter by 30% with just a small change in my planning, and that with the war on. He's like, you know, if I were you, I'd go home and shoot myself. Wait here, I think I saw a revolver in the next room.
If there was a
I'm gonna go
film-
with Catch Me If You Can. Two of my top favorite actors of all time. So good.
If there was a film that I could replace an actor in, I'd probably replace Ryan Gosling in Blade Runner with Tom Hanks.
No,
There'd be a better performance, in my opinion.
I liked that movie. Do not ruin it.
I
That
like the movie, but
I really wanted that movie to be better than it was, and so I definitely think I give it a pass just because I was like, yes, another Blade Runner movie. But I mean, it was beautiful to look at, but man, it was all over the place.
I legitimately loved it.
I'd go Christopher Walken in Castaway.
Well, of course you did, because you're a fucking replicant.
No, it took me a while to watch it. When I watched it, I was like, holy shit, I want to watch this again.
I got it downloaded. I got to watch that. You're talking about the new one, right?
Yeah, the new one.
It looks really good.
I held off because I was worried about it just, letting me down completely. And then I finally, one night, I was like, let's do this. And I was like, hell yeah, I love that.
I reckon they shouldn't have called it Blade Runner. They should have called it something else, and then it would have been a nice surprise for people that, while they're watching it, when Harrison comes in the last 30 minutes, and they've gone, wow, yeah, this makes sense. Because otherwise,
don't say anything about it. People start to watch it, but
it is relatively new. I haven't seen it, so I'm kind of pissed off. Yeah,
but no, it's I mean, the original Blade Runner is one of my all-time favorites. I mean, it's a movie that I'll throw in and I'll watch. It's in that same like world as Jaws is for me. I can rewatch it over and over again. I think Rutger Hauer obviously is amazing. I mean, it's just the whole idea and the subtext of, is Deckard is he a replicant or not? I mean, it's the whole, you've done a man's job. I love that line at the very end. You've done a man's job. And it's just like, oh, a little double meaning there. Maybe.
We're talking about actors. Who's your favorite?
My favorite actor?
Or actress, I suppose. I mean,
well, we can pick both.
Jenna Jameson.
Tracy Lords.
It's a dangerous pick, Robert.
Oh, no, only that one movie, and then everything else later. I mean, so I have a weird favorite actor. I mean, it's not. I guess not weird, but people are like, really. For me, it's Kiefer Sutherland.
And if you count TV, I love Kiefer Sutherland.
I love Kiefer Sutherland, and then for actress, for me, it's Nicole Kidman.
I bet.
What does that mean? What is that? I bet
me,
this beautiful, talented actress. I bet you like her.
I'm gonna with actor, man. I mean, it's probably for the sheer amount of joy I've gotten out of watching every movie that he's been in
3-minute increments.
Yeah, there you go. I'll go Harrison Ford. Just
it's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, like all the Indiana Jones movies, even that shitty last one.
Yeah, that was terrible. I'll still put on The Fugitive as like a movie just to put on in the background.
Yeah, Fugitive's another good one. Go watch Presumed Innocent. is a fantastic whodunit / courtroom drama. I mean, I love that movie. Frantic, which is a movie by rapist guy hiding in France. I can't think of his name right now.
Oh yeah, I know you're talking about. Did The Pianist?
Yeah.
Mike Judge.
No.
Mike Judge. What?
What? No.
No. What's his name? What's his name? He did Chinatown, and he was
Roman Polanski. Is that
Roman
it?
Polanski.
That's
Yeah.
all right.
Raped a 13-year-old girl, then ran off to France and hid.
Mm-hmm.
With his pianist.
Yeah. Yes. So no. So like, yeah, Frantic. That's a good movie. I mean, just in like Air Force One. I mean, just for like total cheese, action movie.
Popcorn movie, yeah.
Total popcorn movie.
The fact that nowadays he is 100% definitely high as hell in every interview.
Oh yeah, he's just
he just doesn't give a shit anymore.
He's not even a little bit hiding.
You didn't have to. You make that much money, you done that much, you don't have to.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, yeah.
He's
so
like,
you go.
he's like Doug Benson level these days.
Well, how about the Patriot games or whatever? I mean, he was really good in that. I mean, yeah. So I really enjoy Harrison Ford. As far as female actress goes, oh man, it's kind of
I feel like it's sexist because I got a hard time with the female actresses.
No, it's just there's a few that I really enjoyed in several movies. And this is why can't I think of her? I can't think of her name right now. God, I can picture her. I've seen her in a ton of movies. Give me a second.
On Nicole Kidman is my favorite all time. Sarah Paulson is quickly climbing.
Jeffrey Rush is a good choice.
Rick, I can't believe I can't remember her name.
Her name's Rick?
Yeah, her name's Rick.
Her name is just Rick.
Well, I'm a fan of Meg Ryan. I've always been a fan of Meg Ryan.
I was a fan of Meg Ryan.
Julia Roberts. I've always liked her in movies because, like, she's definitely showed like a wide range of stuff.
I like her. I like her a lot. I mean, she did Flatliners with Kiefer Sutherland.
Well, no, like, okay, so the Pelican Brief was really, really good.
He cries to Notting Hill a lot.
No.
Actually, I like most of her rom-coms because I like rom-coms.
I love Notting Hill.
But
that's why they're 2 stars on Netflix.
Serendipity's in my top 10. So.
Well, and it's weird, but I like.
Are you serious?
Yes. I've also.
John Cusack.
Yeah, and what's her face? Kate Beckinsale would be currently my honorable mention below Nicole Kidman.
I mean, no, but like, there's well, I mean, like, she was in Ocean's 11 and in Ocean's 12, but I mean, both good movies.
True.
She was in Conspiracy Theory, which is a movie I really liked by Richard Donner. And I've definitely like seen like some of her, like dramedies and stuff like that, which, I mean, you're like, and I just, she always just kind of impressed me with like her range and the stuff that she was really good in Charlie Wilson's War, which is a movie that I really enjoyed.
Tom Hanks, baby.
Yeah, exactly.
She's a great actress.
Yeah, I mean, she's.
I don't think she gets enough credit for how great of an actress she is, because she'll do a great movie and then she'll do not so great movie, but it has nothing to do with her acting.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
What about you, Barry?
I can't really pick due to the fact that, that for me, acting is an art.
And he only watches porn.
And I only watch porn. And Tom Vassell. So I'm going to go for Tom Vassell as my favorite actress. Because... No, I mean, I admire Johnny Depp because he does take the approach that I like in acting, which is to really completely change your role.
I mean, he changed his complete personality.
Yeah, this is great. And that's what I believe acting is, and that's why I quit acting, because I couldn't live up to that standard that I wanted. But Kabuki put Sam Rockwell, and I'm starting to see more of his stuff, and I'm thinking, wow, he is actually. But the first time I saw him with his Galaxy Quest, and I thought, yeah, he's just a normal kind of comedic part there. But the more stuff I see him in, the more impressed I am by his acting and how diverse his characters are.
Galaxy Quest.
There's just too many. There's too many good actors who I admire for their ability to change personality. I'm bored of. I like Harrison Ford, but I'm bored of him because you watch a film and it's Harrison Ford. You watch a film with Tom Cruise and it's Tom Cruise, and it's you want actors to portray different roles and be different people. And I kind of judge actors on those kind of merits. You know, if they can change and you believe that you're watching a film, but you don't know it's Tom Cruise, like in Jungle, Tropic Thunder, or something like that. That was good. That is not Tom Cruise. So I pat him on the back for that. But every other Tom Cruise film, it's fucking Tom Cruise, and I'm bored of fucking Tom Cruise. And I was, again,
Legend was all right.
Harrison Ford is Harrison Ford in Indiana Jones. He's in Star Wars. He's in Blade Runner. But Blade Runner, the more I watch it, the more I can detract him from Indy, because he does things that Indy doesn't do. Deckard is very much like a real person.
He's not a real person.
But at the same time, he's not a real person, and it's really, that's a real captivating performance for me. But otherwise, it's just Harrison Ford being Harrison Ford, and he knows that, and he's just loving it.
He's and you know what? He's the coolest guy in the room.
Doublet guy.
Harrison Ford's the coolest guy in the room without trying to be the coolest guy in the room, and that's why he's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, Amy Adams would probably be at the top of my list as well.
I like her.
She's
pretty good. Yeah.
She is playing some really diverse roles, and
The chat brought up Meryl Streep, and I'm like, that's a category all on her own.
Yeah.
A little before my time on that one.
Well, yeah, I mean, you weren't around for like her signature stuff. I mean, like I haven't really seen her in anything else that really made me go wow. But when I saw Silver Linings Playbook, Jennifer Lawrence blew me away in that one.
Oh, I can't watch that movie.
Why?
Makes me sad.
That feel like I have too many emotions during.
Wow.
That's a bit of a trigger movie. I can't watch it. Sorry.
For me personally, I gotta go.
Can I ask what triggers you, or it's not my business?
No, that would be an offline conversation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You dated Jennifer Lawrence, didn't you?
For me personally, actor-wise, it used to be John Cusack, but now it's Leonardo DiCaprio.
There's another actor that always plays the same person.
Leo?
Leo, yeah.
Leo, yeah.
I love some of these movies. And Tom Cruise is probably number 3, honestly. Or Tom Hanks. And then for actresses, it's close between Charlize Theron and Cameron Diaz.
What's your favorite John Cusack movie? And there's only wait. I'm going to say right now, in my head, there are only 2 possible answers that are correct.
Oh man, I like a lot of his movies. I would probably go with 1408 or Grosse Pointe Blank.
All right, you got it with Grosse Pointe Blank.
You didn't get Empire Records though.
No, the only other answer
because he wasn't in Empire Records.
The only other, he's thinking of Fidelity.
Oh, yeah, I'm thinking High Fidelity. Damn it, you're right. I'm thinking of High Fidelity,
yes. which is the best John
High Fidelity movie of all time.
I love Hot Tub Time Machine. I mean,
and the thing is John Cusack can play serious and he can play
comedy.
Yeah, he can play comedy, and he is. Yeah, you know what? John Cusack's right up there with for me. Yeah, he's pretty good.
He played horror.
Yeah, 1408. He's 1408 is out freaking standing. I love that movie.
Better Off Dead.
Jim Carrey as well.
Jim Carrey, I like Jim Carrey a lot. Number 23 is god awful though. That movie is so bad. I saw it in the movie theaters, but yeah.
Yeah, I did not care for that.
I feel like John Cusack, the fact he was never cast as a superhero is just. I feel like he would have kicked the hell out of a role. As any superhero.
I think I would have liked him better as a villain, as a supervillain.
He was in that one movie that there were supervillains or superheroes. Oh, what was it called? Like Impossible Man or Tomorrow Man or something like that? Or maybe I'm thinking of Ben Stiller.
You're thinking of Ben Stiller. You're talking about the comedy where he was the bowler?
Yeah, Mystery Man.
Yeah, Mystery Man.
Mystery Man, there you go.
That's a great underrated film.
Bullets Over Broadway. I love that movie. Yeah, he used to be my favorite growing up. I remember I just got like at 8 Men Out. Like, ugh. Yeah.
Hey folks, I can feel the fever coming back. I gotta get off here.
The Ice Harvest is also a fantastic movie.
Oh, with Billy Joel, what's his nuts? Yeah,
Billy Joel Thornton. That is the darkest of dark comedies. See you, bud.
Night, guys.
Yeah, that is. I really like that movie as well. Actually,
and make sure you watch the actual the ending. That's the dark ending, where because the movie. So they had a very very dark ending to that movie. And then it didn't test well, but the
it's better.
And then the ending where basically John Cusack and who's his face, his buddy, they take the car and they go to get waffles or something. That's the end of the movie. But the dark ending is nobody wins.
I went and saw that movie twice in the movie theater. Because the first time I remember, because I used to go to every single John Cusack movie opening weekend because I was obsessed with him. I remember I went with an ex-girlfriend and we were the only people in the entire movie because the movie kind of bombed, and she ended up wanting to have sex in the movie. And I was like, "Babe, it's John Cusack, come on!" But yeah,
she wants to pretend that she's screwing him, so you'd be on top of her and she'd be looking at the screen.
Yeah. She won, but I went and saw it again the next week. But yeah, I agree. The original ending I liked a lot better over the one that's in the movie. But I like both of them either way.
There's another topic: original endings or the remade ending.
I think that was Randy Quaid's last movie before he lost his mind.
Oh my God, did he ever?
Randy Quaid.
What's the name? Vegas Vacation. Christmas Vacation.
Yeah.
Cousin Ralph, one of those names. Cousin.
Oh, yeah, Independence Day.
Yeah, Independence Day.
And the family, the vacation. The Oswalds.
Yeah.
National Lampoon.
He totally did lose his mind, Randy Quaid.
Oh, yeah. Wow. So check out some of the videos he posted just in the last year or two. They are nuts. Absolutely nuts. But, hey, takes all sorts.
It does, and fame changes people as well, unfortunately. And it doesn't set a good example for the rest of the world as well, unfortunately. It's not like, Hollywood used to be like the golden era when it was like people would look up to their movie stars and, try and act out their lives without, doing anything stupid.
Yep.
Yeah, no.
Lance, did you send me the King's Armory in the mail? Just out of curiosity, is that what that was?
I didn't send it to you. I sent my copy back to. Why did you get an email from TMG?
No, I didn't. But you said you were sending me stuff. That just seems like such a weird thing to send that instead of just.
Oh no! I sent it back.
Not an inflatable man.
I sent mine back to Johnny, and then he's gonna upgrade it or whatever. And he's gonna send it to you, and then you're gonna send it to me or something like that. Okay. I don't know. Yeah, that's how that's gonna work. No, I sent you a copy of Embark and I think it's Ghosts of the Moor.
Ooh, that was interesting, that one. Yeah, Barry, I think Amy Adams I think she's probably going to be my favorite actress before she's done. That is such a good pick. I'm looking at her IMDb, and I just love so many of her movies.
Yeah, so do I. Even their first one, which was Bewitched or whatever it was, the Disney one. She was amazing.
Yeah, I got in a conversation with my brother today about Bewitched and the
Will Ferrell one.
Well, no. I'm not talking.
That's oh shit.
So here's the deal. So it's like, okay, I realize that this is like the old this is the TV back in this era, right?
Enchanted.
Okay. Yeah, very different movies.
So like I Drew a Genie and Bewitched, kind of the same deal. Guy is married to woman that has all these powers and abilities or whatever, right? So and like so I was more of a fan of Bewitched than I ever was of I Drew a Genie, but I also liked I Drew a Genie just because I love Major Healy. I thought he was hilarious. But
Larry
but
Hagman.
here's the thing that makes me go, well, what the hell? So here's this guy, Darren, and there's two Darrens, which I think is awesome. That like at one point they fired the one actor and then just brought a new guy in to play Darren, and nobody said anything.
Nobody noticed.
Yeah. No, so there's the two Darrens, and okay, so here you have this guy, right? And he's married to this witch who can cast all these spells and can like do all these amazing, awesome things. It's just like, but he's always like, "Oh, Samantha, you can't do that. You can't cast your spells. You can't. It's like, what? No, what guy's like, hey, I want to
make my dick bigger.
No, I was like, make $1 million show up in our checking account, or take us to Aruba. I want to go hang out there for a few days. It's
that
just
would
like,
ruin the TV show.
Well, I understand that, but it was something about that just always bugged me. It's just like, you're a knob. You got it's just like your lady can do this and she wants to. It isn't like you're taking advantage of like, hey, you need to fix this and do that and give me this special power and whatever.
Thinking of the film of Bewitched, was it Steve Carell?
I never saw the film. I didn't.
Was Will Ferrell.
Yeah, but there was the actor he normally acts with, not Steve Coogan. He's another good actor. I'm starting to like
John C. Reilly.
No, John C. Reilly as well, because they're doing the Laurel and Hardy movie. From The Office, Steve.
Oh, Steve Carell. Yeah.
Steve. Yeah, he is a great actor as well.
He's got some range too.
He's got some very good range, and for a comedian, again, amazing.
Ryan Gosling. Oh God, yeah. I'm looking at his IMDb. I love me some Ryan Gosling.
I enjoyed Driver, which was like you don't realize.
Drive? Oh,
Drive. Yeah, you don't realize it's a love story basically, but I mean,
and he's an android.
The Nice Guys with Russell Crowe. I have no idea how
that
was not more popular.
My gosh, The Nice Guys. The Nice Guys was one of the best movies I've seen. I must have watched that probably 10 times. It was on HBO, and I just watched it over and over again. It was so well done.
Criminally underrated. So good.
Well, okay, so the guy who directed that and wrote it is a guy named Frank Black. Now, you have seen Frank Black in a movie, but you
as well, no?
No, or maybe I'm not. Shane Black is the guy's name.
Shane Black. Yeah, Shane Black's in Predator.
Okay, yeah. So he's the guy with the glasses in that gets killed by the Predator. In that's and he helped write part of the Predator, and he was in the movie. So if you remember, if you think back to the movie The Predator, there's that guy who's telling jokes, and you're always like, why is this guy with all these like big giant muscle men? And then there's this like guy that's nerd basically, and then he gets killed by the Predator. But anyway. That's Shane Black. Shane Black directed a movie called Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
That's a great movie.
Oh my God, that is the banter between Val Kilmer and Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah,
is the one line he's like, it's like. It's like, if I looked up stupid in the dictionary, you know what I find? A picture of me? No! A definition of stupid, which you are!
That's another really underrated movie.
It's a criminally underrated movie. It is like weirdly, it is a noir mystery with all kinds of crazy stuff going on. And just like, just really well done. And, just that that scene, and this is like an older movie, so I'm not going to give too much away, but that scene where he's hiding underneath the bed, and that guy comes in and murders that woman in front of him, and then he goes, and the guy goes off to go get like the tarp basically to wrap her body up in, and like he puts his gun down, and like he picks up and that's the guy who came up and like was beating the crap out of him before. And he's just sitting there, and I just remember there was that scene where he's just like, and it's just the look on Robert Downey Jr.'s face. He's so tired and bored and just out of it, and he's just like, oh. And the guy's like, look at you, big man with a gun. I wonder what's going to happen if I try to get blah 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 blah. Just shoots him like 5 times, and he's like stumbling around, and then he just walks up to him again and just empties the gun into the guy's chest, like, and he's just got this bored look on his face, like he just wishes he was somewhere else. I gotta go find because you can't. I think I own it on Blu-ray. I gotta go find that and watch that movie. It's so good.
John C. Reilly has the highest average on Rotten Tomatoes. Interesting.
I'm gonna bid you good morning, and I'll catch you hopefully next week.
Yeah, I think we're gonna crash it out. I think it's almost 12:30 right now.
One more movie recommendation. John
right,
Cusack in the Beach Boys biopic. If you have not watched that, that is absolutely outstanding. And
I would like to
really
watch that.
Tragic movie. What?
I'm a big fan of the Beach Boys, so.
Oh, it's a great movie. It's a tragic. They got they get. He plays the old singer, and then they got another guy to play the young singer.
Brian.
It is well worth watching. It's a very sad movie, but great movie.
Pet Sounds, baby. That's if you don't own the album Pet Sounds, you need to own the album Pet Sounds.
Yeah, they cover that in the movie, and it's bizarre, but it's yeah, great.
Barry, before you go, I just wanted to ask you one question. I need your opinion about something. So I am. When you listen to music, do you listen to it digitally? Do you listen like listen to it on like records?
I am. Well, I've got a turntable underneath here, but I can't link it up to any of my systems. So I'm more of a CD person.
Yeah.
So I am more of a physical purchaser of music.
You're the one that's left, then, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
No, the reason I ask is because of all the weird things in the world, there is a in my hometown now. There's a guy who he runs a store called Vinyl Giant, and like he's a guy who he refurbishes old turntables, old stereos. He loves like old retro stuff, and for whatever reason, he decided he was going to start selling board games. And so now it's called Game Giant and Vinyl Giant. It's like he turned the store. So
original.
Yeah. No, he's a super nice guy. And basically like he is like an entrepreneur, and so like he's buying up like pretty much all of my games. I just bring him games and he just takes them, and like he gives me, and like I've just said, you know what, just keep a running tab, and I'm getting and he's gonna put together a like top of the line, like old school high fidelity like stereo system for me. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm gonna trade it in for that. Yeah, I know. I just because I'm a big fan of records. I think records sound better.
They do. I before I left England, I went and saw my old drama teacher because we were talking about music, and he bought this turntable which is like £2,000, and it was a weird thing. It was just like 4 posts and 2 belts. And then you put the record on the turntable, and then you put this big block of wood on top of the vinyl itself, and then the sound would resonate through the wood and then be picked up by the needle. And we did comparisons. We bought some records, we bought some CDs, we played them back to back, and the vinyl won 9 out of 10 times on quality. It just, you could feel the reverberation in the room, and it affected your core, and it just sounded so much warmer and inviting than the CDs. So yeah, vinyl would win every time.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. Some of my favorite memories of my life are like going to my dad's house after my parents got divorced, going to my dad's house on the weekends, and he was a big like record and vinyl guy, and he had a really nice stereo, and I remember just sitting there listening to records on his stereo system. and like it would just fill. Like he didn't know. He had like one 13-inch black and white TV that he rarely turned on. So instead, he just listened to music all the time.
Yeah, my one regret with vinyl is I've still got it. It's a BBC Radiophonic Workshop sound effect album, and it had the TARDIS on it. And I played that so much, and I scratched it, and you know, and I screwed up the vinyl. I was like, no, I can't listen to the TARDIS anymore.
Well, that's not that bad actually.
No, that's my souvenir.
All right. Anyway. Well, hey, thanks everybody for taking the time to listen to us, and thanks for getting through the screw up. I don't know how that happened, just did, but
I was having problems as well, so don't worry.
Yeah, and go back Belfort if you haven't, and if you have, back it again. So, Forrest, wherever you went, I don't know where he wandered off to.
Oh yeah, well, I moved the. Wow, that hasn't been pointing me for a while.
All right. Good night, boys.
Night.